Hey, it's me, Dave, Whistler's brother. I don't know why I picked that name in the beginning when I set up my YouTube channel, but anyway, it's irrelevant now. Okay, I'm here to do a tutorial for you. I've had a lot of requests for tutorials, especially people saying, man, I can't even get a sound out. How do you whistle? I can't whistle. I'm going to do several tutorials. This is my first one, and this is real basics, bare basic stuff, how to whistle. If you do already know how to get a sound out, you might still like this video because I might give you some other tips or things to think about that could help you improve your whistle if you're in the beginning stages, or if you want to get better at your whistling. Okay, here's the basic thing with whistling. You're making a sound by compressing air as it goes through the opening of your lips. I'm talking about pucker whistling like I do. There's some people that can whistle other methods without puckering. They're making the opening with the tongue and the roof of their mouth. They go they look like they're smiling while they're I can't do that. This is just pucker whistling. So anyway, I don't know all the physics behind it, but here's the principle. What's causing the sound is that you have a wide opening, which is the inside of your mouth. The air is flowing through this opening, and then it's getting compressed as it goes through a smaller opening. Okay, so that opening, that aperture is your lips, your puckered lips. You're going to want to probably relax your mouth. When I whistle, I have my teeth are spaced a little bit apart. Okay, I'm not going. If I clench my teeth, I can't get a sound out, because I don't have enough space in my mouth. You got to have a large space going down to a small space, and that when the air is being compressed through that smaller space, that's what causes them to jam up against each other and set sound vibrations, or the vibrations into the air that we perceive as sound. Again, I don't know all the physics of it, but this is basically how it works. So have your jaw relaxed a little bit, teeth a little bit apart. Relax your tongue. A lot of people kind of say, I don't know what to do with my tongue when I'm trying to whistle and I can't get a sound out. For me, I sort of have it hanging there, and it's the tip is tilted up a little bit. You're probably going to have to play with it a little bit. The main thing is you want to relax your tongue. You're not going to want to be really concentrating on it, because if you do that, you're going to have it shoved way in the back, or you're going to have it shoved way in the front or something, and it's just going to take your focus off the important thing, which is your opening. Okay, it's got to be strong. It's got to be tight. And by tight, I don't necessarily mean small. I just mean it's got to be rock solid. The more solid it is, when you're beginning, it's okay if it's not rock solid, but it's got to be solid to the point where, here's the thing. People try to whistle and they can't get a sound out. I see this a lot. They go, and you see what's happening. You see the movement there. Okay, that's a problem. You don't want the air pushing your lips around. Okay? Your lips are the master. The air is the servant. The master does not move. It makes the servant uncomfortable. let me get off that analogy. Okay? The air, as it's going through, it's going to become uncomfortable. It's being compressed. That's what's going to give it the vibrations that are going to send the waves through the air that we perceive as sound. Okay? So to do that, the lips can't be budging. You can't have them going boo, boo every time air is hitting them. Okay, the lips have got to stay where they are, doing what they're doing, staying put. Okay, you're gonna be frustrated maybe at first, because even once you play with it and you find what makes that sound come out, you might get frustrated that it doesn't sound all that great, and that's okay. I'm going to give you a few tips here for that. First of all, you're not going to whistle like a pro overnight. I've been whistling since I was like 3-4 years old. I mean, before I was in kindergarten for sure, pretty much as early as I could talk. So you're not going to sound like a pro overnight. At first, you might try to whistle something simple like this, and it's not going to sound like that. It's going to sound more like, okay, and that's perfectly fine. you're getting a sound out. That's the main thing for now. When you're beginning, your pitch will get better, your technique will get better. It's just like anything else. If you played piano or guitar, or for that matter, I don't know, anything requiring any kind of skill or dexterity, you're going to get better at it over time. There's something called muscle memory. Muscle memory just means that your muscles get used to doing that. Not just your muscles, I think a lot of it's in the brain, but you get accustomed to it to where it becomes natural. And that's the same thing with whistling. It's going to become more natural to you the more that you do it. So in the beginning, you may sound like that. Okay? As you get better, it's going to sound better and better as you get better at controlling your whistle and what it's doing. Now, changing notes, the lower the note, the wider the opening. The higher the note, the smaller the opening. So if I go, maybe you can see this even on my lips, I don't know from here. On the very top note, it's like tiny. On the low notes, it's a little bit wider. That, again, is something that you're going to get better with as you do it more. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people will go like this. They say, oh, Dave says keep that tight, and you go, and you're trying to whistle. Okay, you don't want this outer part of your lips being so tight. That's not what's producing the sound. The thing that's producing the sound is really like the wet part, that sort of inner part of your lip in here, and you're going to sort of go monkey, monkey. Well, not quite that monkeyed. Okay, but you're going to sort of. This part out here is relatively relaxed, actually. It's the muscles that are doing this part in here, that stuff. I hope that didn't look too disgusting. That's the part of your lips that the air is going to be contacting with. You want it to be wet, because when it's wet, the air will flow easily and quickly and do what it needs to do. If your lips are dry, it's going to catch a lot of that air, and it'll give you sort of a whispery quality to the tone. To get the more pure tone, your lips will have to be wet. But as you get better with it, you know, this is just like anything. You know, the more that you practice it, the better you're going to get. The main thing with whistling is have fun with it. Okay, you're not, you know, it's not something to get upset about. Well, I get upset about it sometimes, but I'm kind of a perfectionist. But when you're just starting out, you're a beginner, you know, it's all about fun. It's something that is joyous. It's something that people have been doing since we were, you know, probably banging cave women over the head with clubs and dragging them by their hair and all that good stuff. So, in fact, before humans even, birds were whistling. Whistling is probably about maybe the oldest form of musical expression other than singing with the human voice. So it's something, to me, it's like something kind of real core to humanity, and that's what I love about it, and anybody can do it. Unless you're missing a lip or something, if you've got all the equipment, if you've got lungs and you've got a mouth and you've got lips, you can whistle. So just keep at it, keep trying. Again, the main thing is you got to have airflow, you've got to have your mouth be a wider opening and your lips be a smaller opening. And the opening where the air is going through has got to be solid. You can't let your lips be blown around by the air. If you do that, it's never going to happen. So you got to have your lips stay where they are and force the air past them. Later, you'll get better with pitch and things like that later. Even if you got perfect pitch in your head, I guarantee you when you first learn to whistle, you're not going to have perfect pitch with your whistle. That's okay. You know, like I said, have fun with it. Whistling is a fun thing. If it's not a fun thing, then you're doing it wrong. So, this is WhistlersBrother signing off. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it's helpful for you. Feel free, if you're someone who's trying to learn to whistle and you're either just a beginner starting out or you can't get a sound out at all, and if you're having trouble with it and you want more tips, feel free to put some comments in on this video and I will answer them, as long as I don't get like 2 million of them, which is highly unlikely. That's about it. This is WhistlersBrother signing off. See you later. Keep whistling and